Want to say hi, guys? Okay, well then I'm going to look at Mom. Hi, guys. And Anna, tomorrow is her 15th birthday. It's her big day tomorrow. She's wearing her Gwendolyn Strong foundation shirt, Never Give Up. And of course it's purple, right? So she's had this shirt for quite a long time. We did try to work on her eye gaze, but I had some complications, so I'm going to have to wait to see if I can get some help. So that was a little disappointing. We were hoping to start getting her eye gaze going for her birthday, but I just had some, maybe, we'll see. We'll see if I can get it going or not, right? I'm going to see, I have to get some help for that now. Belly. Aw, Daddy forgot her. So tomorrow is Anna's 15th birthday. On her birthday, tomorrow, of course, you know, most people will be running to grab balloons and cakes and celebrating. And I mean, eventually we'll go get a few things, right? But the big excitement, Anna will be doing her Sperenza spinal injection treatment. So this treatment she gets every 4 months, but this year it just happens to fall on her birthday. I'm hoping that we'll have everything ready and organized for tomorrow. It's been cold and stuff like that, so yeah, the roads are cold and, you know, fun to drive on, right? In Alberta, you need like 4x4s here half the time. Kidding. Just need some, you know, you have to drive real careful and stuff. So tomorrow, this is a huge milestone for Anna, right? We were told she wouldn't make it past 7 months old, and to hold her lots and just take lots of pictures, and that was it. And she just became a fighter, and I could see the fighter in her, and I can tell you from experience, I have had a son who passed away from a viral pneumonia, and we had to make the decision, do we let him go, or do we, you know, because he was declared brain dead on Father's Day in 2010. So that was June 20th. And then June 21st, we had pulled him off of life support. So he was born March 3rd, by the way. So my birthday is shortly after Anna's, and for my birthday wishes, I just really would love for Anna to have just a fulfillment of wishes, you know, happy birthdays her way, those kinds of things, positive vibes, positive energy, prayers, as, you know, spinal injection treatment. Like, you really need to think about that if you don't understand what that all involves. So I got to hold my breath every time we say our prayers, and everything, because she has to go on her side, and it's not something that's one of her most favorite things to do. So it's not easy for her to be right directly on her side. Yeah, all the time. So we try, but it's never been one of her favorite things. So for you. And it's cute because she's wearing, I just realized that she was wearing her Never Give Up shirt. So her nurse picked it out because I was doing nights with Anna last night. So I stayed up all night with Anna. We had a, you know, we were notified around 6:30 that we had no nurse. So, and I hadn't slept all day. Hugo hadn't slept all day. So I know Hugo was more tired because he had been running a lot more and stuff. And so I said, you know what, go to bed and when I get tired. And it just happened to be that I made it all the way through the night. And, you know, we did painting somewhere. It's over there. Well, I did that one. And, well, Anna slept. And, so, yeah, sometimes we just put the cloth there so that, you know, in case, but anyways, because Anna doesn't have a swallowing reflex. So her muscle tones are very weak and very, you know, low tone. So the spinal injection treatment actually stops and slow down the progression of SMA, spinal muscular atrophy. And we start regaining a little bit of muscle. So some kids who receive this treatment right from infancy, you don't even, you know, realize like they even have SMA. They're eating, walking, swallowing, climbing stairs, standing up, sitting, you know, all those kinds of things. And Anna, it's like watching Anna go through physiotherapy on a regular basis. All the dogs are coming. So anyways, it's like what, you know, you go through physiotherapy. So Anna has to reactivate all her muscles, right? So this is 15, so she's been on the treatment for almost 4 years now. So 3 years. And this is like 12 years of progression for spinal muscular atrophy, right? So got to imagine when you watch people go through spinal cord injuries and things like that, or they go through a surgery and then they have to regain all their muscles, and the work it takes for these people and the encouragement it takes for them to surpass and overcome everything that they have to regain is incredible. So, like you can see, Anna, do you want to wiggle your one hand? Okay, you're going to wiggle this one? Do you want to start wiggling some of this one? Okay, wiggle this one a little bit. So it's just a little bit. If I put it at different angles, she'll be able to wiggle a little bit more so that you can see that that side had been her weaker side. There she goes. She's starting to make it movement. There you go. And it's becoming her stronger side. The other day she was sticking her tongue out at her dad, right? Yeah, you're doing, and he was like, oh my gosh. And then the new thing that we found out, hang on. We'll put that on pause for a second. Oh, I didn't hit the pause. And I didn't hit the pause again. I'm hitting the wrong ones, sorry. I was hitting prime.
You do that on
the prime time.
You do that on it for 15 years, honey.
It was all on prime time right now. Well, kidding, guys. Kidding. Anyway. So, I kind of lost where I was at on that. Oh, okay. So we were lifting her arm yesterday. And I lift up like this. And then I said, Anna, pull down because I want to see. Oh, gosh. And you can feel her strength. And so I got her dad to try it. And it was really, I should have had it all on camera. But that was like our one new thing, is that when we're pulling her arm up and we're starting to feel her starting to pull, you can feel this pull. It's so incredible. Like, I cannot explain it. The only way I can explain it, guys, is go out, get the movie or rent it or find it, Extraordinary Measures, and watch it from the beginning to the end. And I mean, we're not even quite at that point yet in time, but just to have her feel like that, feel that is incredible after watching it all deteriorate all these years, and everybody's saying there's never going to be hope or all these things, right?
Yeah, we need to.
No cure, no treatment.
How many times we try to watch that movie before we even go through the beginning?
Yeah.
The beginning, it's exactly what we go through here. Pretty
much, yeah. The very beginning of the Extraordinary Measures, and it's with the guy from Encino Man. Why can I not remember his name? Fraser. Brian Fraser, I believe it is. So he's really, really good in the whole thing of it. It is kind of like what we do live in the beginning of it. It's almost like, yeah, when we watched the movie, we had to keep shutting it down because it was so emotional for us. It just kept hitting us very, very heavy in the chest because we could relate to what was going on in that movie as medical parents.
And of course, after a big fight, we'll be able to bring Anna home. Today was telling us it was not going to happen.
He's bringing out the piano again.
And what we did, Nana, we put a big fight. And what? Do we win that fight? Do we win it?
Well, we surpassed it for sure. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Oh, I'm sure he's been waiting for this moment in his lifetime, right? To play this on a piano. Actually, piano is one of my favorite things. And Hope wanted to learn, and so my niece kindly gave her a keyboard a long time ago. And sometimes that's how we, we surpass our day, like get through our days. A lot of people are like, how do you do it? Hey, Lulu! Oh, little Lulu! She was going from one of my plants. It's growing a stick, and I just saw her trying to pull it out. She teetered my plant. I don't know what's there. So tomorrow is Anna. I always say that she was like that, as soon as she was born, and I mean every parent must say it or whatnot, and I looked at her, and I thought about everything, and it was like she was born 7 days early. She was supposed to be born February 14th was her due date. So 7 days early. She was literally 7 pounds. She was literally born at 7'10". Like, her dad never saw her for 7 months. Of her first, from the time she was born to he had to leave in December. Because I had asked him to go see his kids and really decide, like, this is a big decision to make, from going from one province to the next when you have 3 children. So yeah, so then eventually 7 months later, after Anna was born, Hugo was able to settle things, went into some counseling and therapy because you know, it's a lot to intake when you hear your daughter is born terminally ill and you haven't seen her yet, and he hadn't even seen pictures or anything of her yet. So he didn't know the whole setup until he come and seen her the first day. And when he did see her the first day, he literally walked up to the crib, evaluated the whole crib, and looked at her. The whole room kind of went silent because it's called an ice room. So there was 4 families in one solid room where medical children, right? And the room started going silent as we started realizing what he was doing. We started there was a chair behind him, started evaluating everything. And next thing you know, he went up and he scoops up Anna, and he scoops her up with all the tubing, her feeding tubes, her breathing tube, everything, the cardio's on her, and starts back up, sits down, and holds her for the first time. And we do have that photo. So I will put that photo in there. And she looked at him right away like she knew him, and she was so comfortable. Yeah, it was like, you know, the most comfortable I've seen her with anybody other than me or my mom or my sister and her brother. Like, it was so incredible. It's like she looked at him and said, well, it's about time. Yeah, showed up finally. But he took 3 days of a bus all the way down. And it was
never on a bus again.
Yeah, pretty intense. We didn't have a whole lot of money, so it was like enough for a bus ticket, and that was about it. He finally made the decision that he wanted to meet his daughter, and it was also intense because would he meet his daughter? So that was really intense. Would he be there in time? And so that was very intense and very emotional because the second day he met her, we had an RT, and so that is a cough assist, right there. And I had asked her not to touch my daughter with the cough assist because she didn't have the experience with my daughter. And I went to go answer a phone call. She used it, and Hugo ended up having to do resuscitations on Anna and try to bring her up. Then the RT never called, never pulled the call bell, never called for help, never called for an emergency. And Hugo did the suctioning and pressing on her chest and all that stuff. And it was insane. And then it got turned around on us. But that's okay. It was a whole different, you know, from there.
Find the charting of that story.
Yeah, don't try to find the charting on that one. But anyway, from all those situations, we've overcome a lot. I mean, from good to bad to great. Like, I mean, you know, the Stollery is not this ugly place. Like, there are great people in there. There's an amazing amount of people who go, like, 50 billion extra miles for someone. I mean, like, they literally tread their miles. So, I really got to say thank you to a lot of the people who have helped us get this far, for sure. And it's not been easy for them to watch our family fight for what's right for other families, not just for us. There's a lot of other families. Oh, Hugo got the piano back out.
And that's why we're going to play another song. Lisa can finish what she's saying. I'm going to wait you finish that.
Yeah, so Hugo had to make a really big decision. And, anyways, I don't remember what I was going to say. I totally forgot what I was going to say anyways.
Yeah, I come back here after 7 months. Anna has been born, and Lisa was doing that on her own for 7 months. And when I come back, what Lisa was saying is like, yes, we do a lot to criticize them against the Stollery Hospital, but I just don't want you guys to forget this what Lisa was saying. When I move, I bring the piano and I throw it off. Yes, they do amazing thing for a massive amount of children. It's just our experience has not been as good, and it's hard to explain why that have happened, but a lot weird thing happened to you not usually see in the hospital setting. But yeah, we've seen it, and it was It was a very long battle. I will say, I don't know if Lisa will agree with me, it was about 80% of the people was great people and great worker and do the best they could for help us with Anna, but the small 20% of it have seriously make our experience terrible. And tomorrow it's Anna's birthday, and she passed about 1,700 days in 15 years at the stollery, and our longer stay there has been 14 months straight. And we finally take her home, and tomorrow in her birthday we have to go back for a spinal injury, spinal tap
Injection.
It's a treatment she received called Speranza. She started that, I believe, 4 years ago.
Coming up around this time.
Yeah, coming up around this time. We needed to travel to Calgary at the time because the stollery doesn't want to do it. Basically, they told us they have no interest on it. But it's funny how it happened. Anna gets sick a few years back, and the trip to Calgary was already scheduled. And due to her medical condition, we cannot do the trip. Then they was debating if they're going to transfer her by a Star ambulance or the stollery is going to do the treatment, and they decide to do it.
She was the first candidate at the stollery. And that was something.
That was evident, is it? And they do it a little bit differently. They make it a lot more complicated than Calgary. But I mean, I guess it's the way they deal with stuff. In Calgary, we basically do we go on the simple doctor office, a small bed, medical bed on the corner.
Very peaceful room.
With the office, and you have the neurologist and another nurse who help her. And we set up Anna basically on the bed like this. They turn her aside, put a little mark on her back.
Do a little curve.
Boop. Do a little curve. And boom, we're all right in. And we come back.
And both us parents are right in the room the whole time.
Yeah, both parents, they're all right there. We help them. We talk about what she like, what she doesn't like, what's going on with her. But
we play music.
We play music. But for some reason, the stollery in
very first day.
The stollery in Edmonton, it's completely different. I have to be under radiology in the OR room with anesthesiologist present, with a few doctors present, and the whole team. And of course, we have to stay outside to stress her right out.
By the doctor's choice.
By the doctor choice. They say it's a policy, but
the very next round.
I quite not believe that, because I went in the OR with her for a few G-tube change, so it's never been an issue. It's just it's a different physician, and apparently the protocol doesn't go everywhere the same on those hospitals. It's all according to the physician. Then, in my personal opinion, doesn't sound like a protocol to me. It sounds like a pride to take all the benefit of something and make sure nobody go play with their little toys. Because if it will be a protocol, it will be the same story for everywhere else, right? And I'm going to try to play another song.
We should have talked about the one trip. It's kind of funny, the one trip going to Calgary. Remember, we sat there, me and Hugo, we're going, and we got the small little, it's a caravan. It's a little caravan, and Anna's got to go lengthwise in there. And anyways, I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden she needs to be changed. And I mean, like, really, it needs to be changed. It's July or something in there. And me and Hugo are booting her to Calgary, and we're almost at Calgary. We are in Calgary. We're just in the inskirt, yeah. And so we just get there, and all of a sudden we pull into a parking lot, start changing her, and my back gives out. All of a sudden, I get horrible spasms in my center back, and I just like start.
And you guys have to imagine, we're standing up, Anna is on the stroller already about 3 feet from the ground.
So you got to bend down.
And you have to imagine the height of the van. Then she have
the height of the van.
I cannot climb over Anna. Then I have to go from the hatchback at the back of the van, climb over the seat, because Anna is right in the way. You cannot access the 2 door. You need to pull the ramp down. You need to pull
and
Anna
all the
out,
equipment stuff.
and you need to go in. And after that, but anyway, I go in by the hatch back there, and it's my only way out. All of a sudden, we hear click when I pass over the hatchback half closed.
Yeah, we're just sitting there. We're bending over, working on Anna, and all of a sudden, we both look at each other because all of a sudden you hear this whoop and click, and both of us are stuck inside the back of the van with Anna.
Then I have to make some gymnastics. I have Ashley to completely pass over Anna, my foot dragging the ceiling of the...
So picture her, well, I'll show you guys tomorrow. Picture her in her stroller, and Hugo having to climb over her stroller to get out of the van through to the other door and try to get the handle, and then safely do this without knocking anything or hitting Anna or tripping. It was crazy, but it was funny.
That's why I think for him that video.
That was one of our road trips.
Tomorrow we're gonna do quite a few video. I don't know how it's gonna go. I don't know if I'm gonna go with my daughter for Anna's appointment, or Lisa's gonna come with me. It's quite a situation right now. But we're gonna see. We're gonna make some video how the setup it is inside the van. We're gonna make some video on the way to the hospital. We're probably gonna make some video inside the healing garden to reveal like.
Oh, the healing garden is beautiful. It kind of takes our stress when we're walking.
And we're gonna make some video in the preparation room before we take her to the OR. And we're probably gonna take a video by the time we're waiting for Anna in the procedure room, so you can hear sometimes some conversation or some noise, and it's when my PTSD
she rolls her eyes
when I can hear it, because with all those medical equipment, I can hear the heart rate, I can hear stuff, and I know where Anna situation is at just by what I hear across the door. And sometimes my PTSD kicks in.
Want to know something funny that one of the nurses found the other day?
Yeah.
Anna's had that pillow for like ever. She has another one, a round one, pink one that says My Angel. She's had them literally since she was in hospital.
Then please, guys, subscribe to our channel, Peaceful Rage. And it's Anna's birthday tomorrow, and it's going to be quite a stressful day. Then if you guys want same prayer, birthday wishes,
positive vibes.
Positive vibe.
Do you want to give thumbs up? Or thumbs up if you guys want to give thumbs up. Like, literally, for Anna's muscles, like every muscle. There we go. I mean, come on, guys.
I just thought I'm going to play a little song.
Look at that. She's so awesome. So she can do a thumbs up. And that takes a lot for her to activate her muscles. So anyways, big thumbs up Anna gives you guys. Hey? Can you give everybody a big thumbs up? Thank you for watching our videos. Hey? Thumbs up. Are you a bit tired today? No? Do you want to do a big thumbs up? There we go. There you go. Awesome job. Good job, Nana. So it takes, you can see your hands are a little bit clammy. But she literally has to work on that, and it's incredible. I think I can. Okay, can we show some of your muscle? Hang on, I'm gonna try to reposition. To wiggle. See that? That's a leg muscle, and that was something she didn't have for a while. That's her wiggling her own way. I don't know where the bruise came from, probably from changing. It does happen. To wiggle your toes? Wiggle? Okay, wiggle. Did you wiggle? There, I felt that. I can't even express. Just to feel the muscle from her feet. Hang on. The wiggle? Can you wiggle it? It's all like sometimes in the position of things. It's hard because I'm trying to help her, but I think her positioning is awkward at the moment. There. See her muscle there? It's like a little heartbeat. And that takes a lot for her to regain and work on every day. So just that little bit is incredible. Hey?
Love music?
And we work on a whole bunch of things, and then see, there she goes. And this was her weaker hand. So we're all the time constantly encouraging her to reactivate her muscles, use them, having to do stretches all the time. And so tomorrow's a big day. I mean, you know, we all, yeah, it's a big day. There's always risks with a spinal injection for anyone. From my brain bleed, I understand what she kind of goes through. They kept hitting the bone of my spine every time they were trying to do my spinal tap to get the fluid after my brain bleed, to test everything to see what's going on or why I had this brain bleed. And I don't know, it was probably 20 minutes I was getting this needle into my spine, and like, she just kept hitting this bone, and all I kept thinking about, this is what Anna sometimes goes through, is like, you know, sometimes you gotta hit, they try to put it in, you hit the bone, but now with CT it's different, so they're able to put it in, and the needle in, and they're directed and through, and she's not having that happen. And it's a horrible, painful feeling when that happens, even though you got all this freezing done in your spine and stuff. So it's a big procedure, and then you have to worry about it because it does happen. Some kids end up with the leaking happening and things like that, so, or infections, or so that's why we always ask for positive prayers, positive vibes. This has been a long journey for our family. A lot of advocating, right? A lot of meeting really amazing people. I mean, we've even had people follow us in a mall once and ask us what was wrong with Anna, if they could ask us. And they weren't being rude. They were just curious about her diagnosis and everything. And so we explained it. Finally, I had turned around and I'm like, do you have something you want to ask us? And because they wouldn't stop, and I could see they were following us everywhere. So finally I was just like, hey, okay, what do you want to ask? Like, I mean, you don't have to make it all creepy. So definitely I prefer people to ask questions and not be creepy about it and follow us around from store to store. or sometimes Hugo will tell people it's contagious, and we definitely make room. So we do play, and I mean, we do have to have medical humor, right? I mean, when I had my thyroid cancer and we had to go stand in line, we were in this lineup, and it was a room full of people. All these people stopped and started staring at my throat. I sat there, just wanted to like run and cry and hide, and just, I hate when people look at me, period. I don't like people staring at me. And all of a sudden all these people are like staring at my throat, and finally Hugo looks at what's going on. He started seeing what was happening in the situation, and
I cut her throat!
And that's exactly what he said. He's like, she wasn't listening, so but no, he's like, I cut her throat. And he's like, and I just burst out laughing because I couldn't believe he even said that. So it broke the ice and the humor, and people started like kind of like realizing that, you know, they were staring. And that I had noticed in Hugo, like, I didn't feel like I had to leave the room anymore. It was that icebreaker, because I was like, okay, they're not staring anymore. They are, but they're not, and everybody notices that I notice. So, you know, we make humor out of our life, and sometimes it's dark humor, sometimes it's sarcastic, but that's how we get through it. And I mean, there's really tough days, and the rest of it, we get through it with music, arts, and the positive people in our, you know, the few positive people in our realm of life that give us those small little boosts of positivity. Hugo's children, his oldest daughter is always his biggest positive vibe in life, and they regained their connection over the past couple of years, and it's been incredible to see that they've been able to do that and have that connection, even if it's a distance.
And it's a battle.
It's a battle for, yeah. His daughter, yeah, went through lots, but we all did go through lots. Are you wanting to talk, Hugo, or?
No, I'm gonna play.
Oh, so anyways, yeah, his daughter, during COVID, had, her pregnancy and was supposed to have a baby boy born around the time that Caleb had passed away, around Father's Day. And unfortunately, COVID, she got sick with it, and the fever hit and was too much for the baby's heart. So she lost that, and he was a boy. And so she lost that pregnancy around 5 or 6 months of her pregnancy. And then this time, November, our family took a huge hit, and just everybody snapped. It was just too much mental, emotional breakdown. So his daughter ended up carrying low on her placenta and was pregnant with a baby girl, and they had her at 22 weeks, I think. Was it 22 weeks, Hugo? Or 24 weeks? Hugo, 22 weeks or 24 weeks?
She gave birth at 23 weeks.
23 weeks. And so the baby had lasted, her name was Romy, and she lasted 2 days. And so that was a really big hit for our family, and I snapped. My daughters, you know, it was so hard to watch my daughters go through it emotionally, watch Hugo emotionally go through it. And we've already lost a son on Father's Day, so it was a really big hit for our family, and we took a really big mudslide from there. We just really fell apart and scrambled. We don't even know what we were doing or what was going on anymore. So it would really mean a lot to our family right now for Anna's birthday to have really positive prayers, wishes, vibes for our fighter. I mean, she's a fighter. There are lots of kids, and I mean, I've been in the stallery for a long time, lots of kids that are massive fighters, and they don't even complain. We get our, you know, somebody will go and get their toenail removed, and they're going to complain how sore their toe is. And, you know, these kids go through phenomenal, I mean, phenomenal amounts of things and survive, and will get, you know, go through it, and the next day bounce back and smile at you and not even reflect on it. It's incredible to see the strengths of a lot of these children that are in hospital. Yeah, and it's incredible, like from medical foster kids to all the other children in there, because families, single parents, it's incredible the miles that everybody goes. And
just for give you an idea what Lisa's talking about, what Anna's going to get tomorrow is pretty much like, except the freezing thing, she will not lose the sensation of her legs.
Knocking on wood.
But it's basically a epidural to she get every 4 months. And are you scared, Anna? See? And do you want to go tomorrow? See, she's proud of it.
Yes,
and
we ask her.
Those kids, they are very tough to it, and it's basically just like getting epidural every 4 months.
Yeah, it is. It's good. Hugo knows how to explain things better than I do. When I explain things, I come out like a scrambled mess half the time. So, anyways, we're gonna cut it short, guys. We've got supper to cook yet. Hugo's talk of cooking supper. I don't know. I always have to listen to him talk, and you guys don't. Like, I can just put it on video whenever. Anyways.
I might gonna do a video with my supper, I don't know.
So we'll see whether he pops on or pops off or not, but he's going to do some cooking. And me and Anna are going to do some other stuff and some of our meds and stretching, and then we will do some painting. I am going to fix my big nose lady here, guys. I took her nose off. I am going to fix it. So
I wish you can took my big nose off and fix it.
Yeah, so I'm giving her a nose job. She will be updated, and I will touch her up because I really, really did not like her nose. By the time I started getting into all that, I was getting so tired. So I'm going to touch up her lips, her nose, all that stuff, and just beautify her a bit more because I literally was starting to get really tired towards the end.
Thanks God we have a nurse.
I never did get to coat this yet because I didn't realize that I had made it through the whole night without, and I was all ready to start coating that, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. So I didn't realize the time went right through, and
the baby
between Anna's care and everything. So again, crossing fingers for tomorrow, knocking on wood. Positive prayers, positive vibes. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you to our viewers. We really appreciate everybody helping us grow support and just helping us build that confidence. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you. I feel like I should start singing like, it's all right, or something, right? You know? Okay. Have a good one, guys. One step at a time.
If I woke up without you, I don't know what I would do. I thought I could be single forever till I met you. Usually don't be falling first. You got a way of keeping me coming back to back. I just found out the only reason that you loved me was to get back at your ex-lover. But before you leave, usually I would never even care. Baby, I know she creeping, I feel it in the air. Stay, but your savage love did somebody break your heart. Looking like an angel, but your savage love. When you kiss me, I know you don't give to. I still want that savage love, savage love, savage love. You could use me. Baby, I hope that this ain't coming, cause I got around you, wanna run it up, I wanna lock it down. Usually don't be falling first. You got a way of making me spend upon my cash every night and every day. I try to make you stay, but your savage love did somebody break your heart. Looking like an angel, but you're savage love. When I kiss you, I know you don't give to, but I still want that savage love, savage love, savage love. You can use me, cause I still want that savage love. Savage love.